Hey y'all, welcome back to another video with laugh, gags, and gossip. Now let's get into the mess. So there's a case where Asia Johnson, a songwriter, filed a case against Ti claiming copyright infringement. And in that case, she does claim harassment and that a gun beam or a gun was pulled on her. So let me read a little bit of the case to you. And this was filed in 2018, 2019. In the district court, Johnson sought to file an informa pauperis IFP complaint naming Clifford Harris, a musician who goes by the name of Ti, as a defendant. Although her complaint is difficult to decipher, Johnson appears to allege that Harris stole her copyrighted music from her and harassed her. Additionally, she mentioned that Andrew Irvin, who was not a party in this case, faked his death and that local music groups put a gun beam in her mouth. Now when it says local music groups, I mean that's ambiguous. Does she mean Ti and his clique and his crew? That's not very clear. However, we are still talking about gunplay. As relief, Johnson requested an end to Harris's offenses, and I'm assuming the offenses are his harassment. In an order entered on the docket on May 11, 2018, the district court granted Johnson's IFP motion and then sua sponte dismissed the complaint as frivolous and for failure to state a claim upon which relief can be granted pursuant to and all that 28 blah blah blah. Johnson filed a notice of appeal on June 14, 2018. So basically it goes on to continue to cite some legal jargon, and apparently her case was dismissed. However, let me read a little bit more of what it says. The district court did not err in dismissing Johnson's complaint. Johnson's short complaint included allegations that strained plausibility. Furthermore, even if another person faked his own death or others put a gun beam in Johnson's mouth, it is unclear how the defendant, in this case, Harris, Ti, is responsible or legally liable for those actions. To the extent Johnson presented some sort of claim for copyright infringement, her conclusory allegations against Harris failed to state a claim upon which relief can be granted. So it sounds like she wasn't able to establish that there was copyright infringement, and also it doesn't really state whether or not, or it doesn't go into clear detail about the issue about the group pulling the gun on her. So I mean, this is ambiguous, but again, it sounds like the allegations of gunplay or somebody doing something like that in Ti's camp is not far-fetched. Now, just because she couldn't prove the case doesn't mean it didn't happen, and because there was a dismissal, I mean, there's so many legal things surrounding stuff like this. However, just wanted to let you know that this is not the first time there's some allegations with him and his crew, doing something like that. So Sabrina may not be very far-fetched when she says that, that he pulled a gun on her. I don't know. Again, we don't know. It's all speculative and all these are allegations, but this was interesting. Now, in other Trouble Man news, so this one happened a few years back, quite a few years back. So there's a site, there's a site on IG, and so if any of you guys listen to Ti's music and you kind of been a fan, you know that he sings about one of his friends getting, the M word, and his name was Falan. And so it's like it supposedly happened at a club in Cincinnati after Ti did a show, and something jumped off in the VIP, and then these guys pulled up on him and they fired rounds, and his friend was so a young lady, there's a site called In Case You Didn't Know, and they posted saying that the real reason that there has been a cover-up allegedly as to the real reason Ti's friend was the M word, and I'm doing that because of YouTube. So what they're saying is word in Cincinnati, where it actually happened, is that, and I'm going to kind of read it, and it's not written very well, but I'm going to try to paraphrase it. Let's see. The site, the IG pages in case you didn't know, and it says T.I. sacrifice and the real reason the shooting happened. And it was I guess back in 2006. And this is what somebody posted. I'm from Cincinnati, and allegedly T.I. and his team did something to a girl similar to these allegations. So her people were in high places, and they booked him to come out and perform. Then after the club, they chased him and his crew down, and that's when they gunned down his best friend Falant. They blamed it on an altercation that happened in the club that night, but word on the street is that they drugged someone's daughter and R-word her. So that there was a hit out for T.I. in our city, and that's truly why his friend was M-word, and he was almost there too, here in Cincinnati, but I want to gossip. So that's what somebody posted, and they're saying that that's the word on the curb as when his friend Falant, that's the case in which he testified, where people were saying that he was a snitch. But personally, hey, if somebody in my family or my, somebody close to me, I'm telling. So yeah, let's not ever do a crime together, because you hurt somebody I love, then I'm snitching. That's just how I feel. So I don't know about this snitch culture. But anyway, yeah, that's the case in which he testified. And so they're saying that, word on the curb in Cincinnati is that it really wasn't about an altercation that happened in the VIP section at the club that night. It's because there was a young lady in ATL who was from Cincinnati that him and his crew allegedly, did some things to her, and that her family put a hit out on him. So again, these are all allegations, not my words, just things I'm finding on the internet, doing my research. So I just wanted to let y'all know. What do you think? Do you think that could possibly be true? Do you think that it was a hit out on him because of some allegations that he had done some stuff to a girl, like what they're accusing him of now? Or do you think it was just really because of the altercation that happened in the club? And again, this is in 2006. Everything that I've mentioned to you tonight, you can go online and find it yourself. All right, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And anything I find on this case, I'm going to bring it to you guys. I'm hoping that all of this is false and that T.I. and Tiny didn't do these things, because I have been a fan of his. However, I do stand with the victims. If this stuff occurred, then they have to pay. They have to be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. So anyway, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.